Today we're going to mix our own paint. As we know from previous videos, paint consists of two primary ingredients, a pigment and a binder. To mix our own paint colors, we'll need these two ingredients and the tools that we see here. A glass slab to mix on, a muller, a palette knife, and something to store our paint in once it's mixed. Additionally, we need some gloves and a respirator. Powdered pigment is ground to a superfine consistency, so even in a tightly controlled environment, particles which are so tiny as to be invisible will become airborne. We commonly think that certain pigments are more toxic than others, and this is true. Cobalts, cadmiums, coppers, and other heavy metals are certainly extremely toxic in comparison to more benign pigments. However, any particulates inhaled can be detrimental to your health. The American Lung Association states that there is no safe threshold for inhaling particulate matter. So be sure that you're wearing your respirator the entire time, that there is no one else around not wearing a respirator, and that you're in a closed environment without any open air sources like an open window. A muller is a tool used to grind or pound solids into powder. You've likely used or at least seen one in the form of a mortar and pestle. It has a flat, textured bottom surface that helps grind the pigment as it mixes with our binder. You can buy a muller online or make one yourself like we did in a previous video. Pigment is also available online or at art supply stores. We're using pigment from a variety of places, including Guerra Paint and Culture Hustle, makers of the world's pinkest pink, which is what we're going to use some of today. In some countries with less regulation on safety, you can find pigment for sale in open-air markets, sold by the kilo. Here are some pigment that I found and purchased in Chefchaouen, the famed blue city in Morocco. To mix oil paint, we would use cold-pressed linseed oil, which we see here on the right. For mixing acrylic paint, any number of acrylic polymers will do the trick, and in this video I'm going to be using this silica flat acrylic polymer from Guerra. In the next video, we'll be mixing the linseed oil into a batch of oil paint. We'll begin by pouring out a small amount of pigment onto our glass slab, and then mixing in some of our binder. As you likely know, acrylic paints are often sold in a variety of consistencies, and what's nice about this method is you can add as much or as little of the binder as you'd like until you get the consistency that you're looking for. At first, I just use my palette knife to make a rough mixture, adding more pigment and binder as needed. Once the paint is mixed fairly evenly, I'll switch over to just using the muller and make circle 8 motions, mixing the paint thoroughly with the binder. As I go, I'll be adding different colored pigments to change the hue of my paint.